Okay, everybody, welcome to my talk show. I want to talk to you what I think the government should do in saving the economy and the people of Uganda. So, and as I do this, I'm going to do it while I'm peeling my pineapple. In summary, I just want to say that we need extraordinary steps. There's about 5 steps that must be done. So, starting off as I'm eating my pineapple from here, and cutting it so I can enjoy it. We must recognize that coronavirus has devastated our economy. And people who were employed before are no longer employed. You understand? Borders are on strike today because they don't have work to do. And the most teachers are not working. Education has come to a standstill. So, what do we do in saving our situation? Personally, I think that what we need is I don't think we need more politics. Because politics is not going to save the economy. The first thing is not democracy. We don't want more democracy. We need the current government to be in place so that we continue to save the people during the crisis. Personally, I am not happy with the efforts of destabilizing the society with this multi-party thing. It's just not the best. So what do? I want to suggest 4 things that we must do to save our country. Number 1, we need in the Ministry of Education to assign all the students who are in university and technical schools, those who are in university level, to become the secondary teachers in home groups, just as Nyerere did. If a student of Makerere University is being paid at least something like 50,000 shillings a week to provide support services of education to the students in his community, that student will get money will be coming in. He will be able to provide guidance to the students who are in his area of the village. And then he can be able, during the year of COVID, to provide leadership to his community. That is number 1. Very good. The second thing we need to do is provide employment to other young people. Our country is primarily young people. Come closer. These young people, they are looking for work. That is why they are protesting. How do we give employment to them? We need the government to borrow money so that this money can be put into community leaders like me, leaders in different villages who have work for these young people. I know in my area the program is Mairunji. Every day, Mairunji growers, it's a kind of a drug. They get those young people to come into, they cultivate the Mairunji, they pick it, then they pay them about 10,000 shillings every day. The ginger people, they pay them about 12,000. But if young people are working, then they can be able to have ongoing work. But the money for employment is not there. We need government to provide either 0% loans to community leaders like us, whose job is to provide employment to our community. If in every village, every LC, there are key people who have been identified, who have land, who have projects where they can employ these young people, the economy can keep going, money can enter into the lives of the people. Now, what kind of projects should be done? Agricultural projects to provide food. We need to emphasize projects that are producing. Otherwise, we are having donations of money. Money donations, whether from politics, whether from without corresponding value development, is not going to help us. So we need to see that land, we have a lot of land in our area. Farmers must be assisted to be able to increase productivity. And to increase the productivity, there is need to provide them with loans, with grants. These grants create value, but they also provide employment. The third thing that needs to be done, I'm going to come. People must be told that it's going to take at least about 2 years. This business of telling, opening, closing, really, we must tell people that the minimum time of turning around to get a vaccine. Look at my duck. Can you see them? These are my ducks. Show them to them.
Yes.
I got those ones. Now they are laying eggs for me, and they are providing value. People should be given money to be able to help create value. But what I was saying, this pandemic is going to take about 2 years. The economic wave of this pandemic is huge. That means tourism is down, production in factories is down, the dollar that usually comes from overseas workers is down, and yet Ugandans need dollars so that the companies that work here as investors can have access to those dollars and the things we buy overseas. So we are going to be in a quandary. What do we need? We need to restrict how much dollars are repatriated. We need to have a clear borrowing of dollars so that there are dollars in circulation. But if we just borrow dollars to provide dollars for companies that are working here, it is not going to be helpful. So we need to find a way in which even these companies that make a lot of money from here, they distribute that money to projects that are creating value and employment for us. Now, as I summarize and close this issue, Uganda is a blessed country. Our country is so blessed of God. We are just experiencing rain in July. We have 2 rain seasons. We have a lot of land, potential for development. But we cannot develop this unless we have well thought out national program, just as America did in Second World War when Theodore Roosevelt and those other ones developing the plan after the Great Depression. We see how China has helped countries develop. We see how America is giving funding to develop the country. I want to tell you, we need the government to borrow money to provide to the people so that we can jumpstart our economy. And we need less politics, less campaigning, and more productivity. That is what I have to say for us. God bless you.